again, everybody watching at home, these are Nimrodic reviews, so.
If we knew what we were talking about, we wouldn't be doing this.
Hey, whiskey fans, and welcome once again to episode 5 of Two Nimrods Drinking Whiskey, the only whiskey and drinking show that's sponsored by the Fraternal Order of Carnival Workers, Local 109. And, excuse me? Oh, hold on, Brian. I'm getting a news flash. We lost the Carnies. Apparently, they watched one of our episodes and decided they don't want to be associated with us anymore.
Jesus. Can we not get a break?
Oh, well. It was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, well, we had big plans, and
I was trying to live off some of that sweet, sweet Carney money, but
yeah, I wanted to be a part of that tilt-a-whirl, but well, no residuals there.
Well, with or without Carnies, on with the show, we must go. Please join me and my fellow co-host, drinking buddy, and longtime Nimrod, Brian.
Hey everybody, I am a Nimrod.
And we are going to continue our journey through the wonderful world of whiskey.
Important reminder, we are amateurs working our way through the whiskey world. And a word of caution, if you aren't careful, you just might learn something. How are things over in your world, Norm?
They're going along, not too bad. It was a nice day out. Spent most of the day in the yard doing some work. Nice sunny day. It was good to be outside. Now I'm ready to drink some whiskey. I don't know, what about you?
I'm definitely ready. I spent some time working in the yard as well, and I'm definitely ready. So what are we drinking this week?
Well, Brian, I'm glad you asked. Today we venture to Ireland, as you can tell. I'm appropriately dressed for it. And we are going to be drinking the Sexton.
Nice.
Yes, it is from the County Antrim in Northern Ireland. And doing some research on it. I don't know if you had trouble trying to find where this was made in Ireland.
It was a little vague.
Yeah, I found out doing some reading that for the most part, most whiskeys are made only in 4 distilleries. So people contract out distilleries to make a lot of their whiskey, and that's why they're trying to be a little vague on where it's made. And what I found out about Sexton, looks like, from what people have said, it looks like it is distilled at Bushmills.
Right.
Up in Northern Ireland.
Yeah. Or at least it's the brand is possibly owned or falls under the Bushmill umbrella. So probably using their stills. So what exactly is Irish whiskey?
Well, Irish whiskey, according to the Irish Whiskey Act of 1980, has to be made in Ireland, which includes the Republic of Ireland or Northern Ireland, which is a province of the UK. It's made from a mash of malted barley, which may include other malted or unmalted cereal grains, but it must be malted barley. It must be part of the mash.
I do love me malted barley.
It is distilled at no more than 94.8% alcohol by volume.
So it's distilled fairly potently.
Yes. It's matured in wooden casks, such as oak, and cask can't be bigger than 700 liters, which is about 185 gallons.
That's a sizable cask.
Yes, and it must be matured no less than 3 years.
Okay.
It can contain no additives other than water and caramel coloring. And usually Irish whiskey, it's triple distilled, which gives it kind of a cleaner, smoother taste, gets out more of the impurities. Most like Scotch and American whiskey are just double distilled.
Okay.
And it's not as peaty. They don't use peat in Ireland like they do in Scotland, so it's a lot smoother than Scotch as well. You don't have that peaty taste to an Irish whiskey.
So between the malted barley and the unpeated malt, I'm getting pretty excited already.
Yeah. And actually, this is it's also, the Sexton is blended by one of the few female master blenders.
Well, I'll be darned. Go girl.
And doing research, she actually started her work at Bushmills.
Okay.
And now is the master blender for Sexton, which kind of gives more credence to Sexton being distilled at the Bushmills distillery.
How long have they been making whiskey in Ireland?
Actually, they claim to have been making whiskey since the 6th century.
Wow, that's
And
a ways back.
According to the Irish legend, they actually introduced whiskey to the Scots. So Scots started making their whiskey based off the Irish recipe. Became pretty popular in the 16th century. Their whiskey production in Ireland was actually being drank by such celebrities as Queen Elizabeth I and Peter the Great of Russia.
Nice.
And let me tell you, if you saw Queen Elizabeth's IG account, pretty racy stuff.
Oh, is that right?
Well, you get a few drinks in her, you might see part of an ankle.
She's quite the vixen.
Oh, she was.
She's a tawdry pup.
Virgin queen, my ass. That's all I'm saying. Actually, Irish whiskey is becoming one of the fastest growing of the big five, being American whiskey, Scotch, Canadian, Japanese, and Irish, considered the big five whiskey producers. And Irish whiskey is currently the fastest growing of them right now. So they're getting their ass back in gear again.
Very good. Very good. You mentioned that there's four or five different main regions of whiskey. Why is it spelled different?
The Irish, from what I've heard, the Scottish spell whiskey without an E, W-H-I-S-K-Y. Irish spell it with an E. And the difference is the Irish, I heard, they should have spelled it with an E, so you knew when you're buying whiskey with an E, you were buying Irish whiskey, not Scotch whiskey.
You would have thought they might have just put an I in there instead. Well, I think we have enough of the backstory. I think it's time to start drinking.
I think we should.
It's definitely a unique bottle there.
And it makes it so easy to pour. Not spilling it at all anywhere.
How much did you dribble all over yourself?
Just a little bit.
Okay.
So, next.
Hey, you gonna hit me up? Hit me up.
Oh, well, here you go.
Oh. All right. Oh, yes. Forward to this. So it's got a good caramel color.
Yes.
Added.
So natural.
So I smell barley. Go figure.
Yeah. Now it's kind of a stronger scent than I expected. It does have expected to be lighter than Scotch, but this smells a little stronger than the Macallan at the moment.
Yeah.
Some honey in there too.
Yeah, as I swirl it, I get a lot of alcohol fume, and I'm trying to let that dissipate.
Okay, definitely smoother than the aroma.
Yes. And are you icing?
Yes, I'm icing at the moment. I may.
I think I'll do the same. So it's got a nice barley flavor there. Trying to figure out what else I'm tasting.
That I can smell. I can taste some honey. It has a little sweetness to it. Maybe like a little. I'm not sure what type of fruit, but there's like a kind of like a sweet, fruity taste. Maybe.
How about apricot? Should you go with that?
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe. Yeah. Sounds good.
So I saw a couple reviews, and most were pretty favorable. One was a kind of a schmeh review, and amongst the flavor profile, they listed ink toner.
Yeah.
I was like, really? They weren't happy with that.
No, you don't sound like a big fan if you're throwing ink toner in.
No.
Things, I read to expect was like an intense nuttiness.
Okay, I'll go with that. I'm not sure what kind of nut, but
it says like light grassiness also is one I read in maybe at the beginning.
I find that most unpeated Scotch and other barley whiskey does have a good a grassy flavor to it, which I like.
Most of the flavor comes at the finish, I think. You drink it, it's very kind of just fresh at the beginning. I don't know, maybe the ice.
Yeah.
It's a strong finisher.
It is, and I feel like are you
We'll
needing some more? Are you needing some more? Here, I'll pass the bottle back.
Oh, thanks, Brian.
There you go.
Oh, whew. Yeah, I was seeing that. I felt silly reaching over there for my bottle, thinking it was right there. I forgot it was all the way over there with you. Thanks for reminding me. I would have felt silly. Let me spill some all over my counter first here.
I got it. I got the drips.
Oh, okay.
I don't want it to go to waste.
We're special effects geniuses.
So I'm going to say this. I'm going to preface what I'm about to say with the fact that I am a Nimrod, but I feel like it's smooth. I feel like it's, got a good barley and honey flavor, but I don't feel like it's terribly complex.
No.
I don't feel like there's as much going on. And I also feel like whatever flavor there, whatever lingering flavors don't linger long. It's kind of there and then gone. Palate's fairly clean, I feel like.
No, you're correct. It is, when you first taste it, you taste kind of the whiskey. I said it's kind of the fresh. I mean, that's the light grassiness they're saying. I'm just going with kind of like a fresh taste. And then
yes,
it's on the finish is when you taste it. But then, there's no lingering after effects of it either.
No,
not you
really.
Drink it, about within a minute, it's gone. Now, It's a
Right.
lot. Actually, I'm doing it neat now, and I get more flavor out of it. I think maybe the ice is watering it down pretty quickly. But I'm tasting it neat. You're getting more of the flavors right away.
Okay. I'll get through this, and I'll let you pass me that bottle back, and I'll have it.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes, I forgot. I had the bottle.
You're pretty good about forgetting that you have these bottles.
Yes.
We're sharing. We're two Nimrods sharing whiskey.
There you go. Oh, and actually, it's a lot darker, too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's just I'm using a slightly different glass, too. But, no, I do like the coloring. It is a very strong amber color. And I'll go, you get more of the oak taste without the ice. I wasn't tasting it much on the rocks, the oak.
Okay.
I said
All
first taste, when I first drank it, it was just kind of light.
Pass it down.
No, sorry. No, maybe Mrs. Nimrod was in the room and you're beckoning her for something. So here you go. Heads up.
Okay. Got it. Thank you.
All right.
All right. We'll try a little neat here. See if I can do it without spilling this time. Better. I did better. I'm not giving this bottle back. This one's mine.
Thanks. I'm going to have to go get my own.
Okay, so neat. It's definitely bolder, obviously. I feel like the alcohol is pretty strong flavored.
Yeah, you taste more of the alcohol without the ice, but you get more of the flavors overall. Neat. Like you said, it's not complex. I'd have a glass of it when I'm out, but I think after I have a glass of it, I'd want something else just to get a little more flavor.
Yeah. And as far as sweetness goes, I think this was sweeter than the Macallan, maybe in general sweeter than a lot of Scotch whiskeys. Not as sweet as the bourbon, but I feel like it was sweeter than the Suntory and the Scotch.
Right, yeah. I could have more than one of these in a sitting. Nothing wrong with that. But it's just, I think I would just want to move on with, like I said, just more flavor.
Yeah.
Well, our reviews, everything we've liked, we still like this one, but we've actually found something we may have found a flaw in.
Yeah. I mean, it certainly is drinkable. It has some quality flavors to it, but I feel like it doesn't stack up to some of the other things. And being a Nimrod, I can't say exactly what it is about it that I'm not totally in love with, but I think so. I think it's just maybe to me my lack of ability to taste a more complex flavor profile is probably what I'm thinking.
So I think at the end we'll give it still a thumbs up, but it's good. Nothing we're gonna. I don't think we'll write home about.
Yeah, and we still don't have a grading scale yet, do we?
No, I mean everything else we just really liked, and so we didn't. Everything was the same grading scale. Well, do you have any final thoughts?
No, I think I let loose my final thoughts.
Okay. Well, with that being said, everyone, hope you enjoyed the episode, and may your bottoms be up and your worries be down.
Hear, hear.